And now we're going to talk about elements of culture. Ano-ano nga ba yung mga bagay that represents kultura? Or ano-ano nga ba ibig sabihin natin when we say kultura? The first one is symbol. People who share a culture often attach a specific meaning to an object, gesture, sound, or image. Um, when you are having the same culture, you recognize objects with the same value. Ibig sabihin, kapag ka nasa isang kultura ka or pasok ka dun sa kultura ng isang society, ng isang lugar, kapag nakita mo yung object na yun, you know what it means. You know what it symbolizes. Alam mo kung para saan siya at alam mo yung meaning ng mga bagay na yun or ng bagay na yun. Now, let's talk about the example we have right now is the Philippine flag. Ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin or yung meaning ng nakikita natin sa Philippine flag? So, as we can see, we have three prior color sa Philippine flag. The first one is the white, yung naka-triangle dyan na part, na color white. Next is yung horizontal blue na nasa taas at horizontal red na nasa baba. So, when we say white, it means liberty, equality, and fraternity. What does it mean ba? When we say liberty, it means kalayaan. When we say equality, it means pagkakapantay-pantay. And when we say fraternity, it means social organization. Whereas, it means the unity that we have here as a Filipino people. So, sinasabi dyan, sinisignify ng ating watawat that we are free, we are equal, and we also have social organization na matatawag natin sa atin talaga. Next one is the horizontal blue. Ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng horizontal blue? Peace, truth, justice. Therefore, it signifies that our country have peace and order. We know what is true, we know what is right, and we know what is just for everyone around the Filipino people. So, alam natin kung ano yung nararapat para sa atin. Alam nating malaya tayo. We know what is wrong and what is right. And we can stand on our own. Next is the red one. Horizontal red means patriotism and valor. So, pag sinabi nating patriotism, it is a strong feeling or love towards our country, sa ating bayan. And when we say valor, it means great courage in the face of danger. We are fearless. We are brave. Matatapang tayo. Next, on the part of the triangle, meron tayong makikita na 8-rayed golden sun. Meron siyang 8 na tangkay or rays, which means unity, freedom, people's democracy, and sovereignty. Pag sinabi nating sovereignty, supreme power or authority, ibig sabihin, we have our strict laws, rules, and guides in the community. We know how to handle our territory. Next is people's democracy, freedom, pagkakaisa, kalayaan. So, it means the 8 rays means people's democracy because yung 8 na race na yan represents the province with significant involvement during 1896 Philippine Revolution against Spaniards. So, these provinces are the following: Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Pampanga, Rizal, Laguna, Batangas, Nueva Ecija, while the 3-star means Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So, why are we talking about these things, mga anak? Because the very reason bakit ganyan ang mga bagay around us, because it makes sense. According to the history, Philippine national flag was designed by Emilio Aguinaldo na tinahi ng mga kinikilalang babae na sina Doña Marcela Marinho Agoncillo, ang 5 taong gulang niyang anak na si Lorenza Marinho Agoncillo, at si Mrs. Delfina Natividad na kinikilala bilang pamangkin ni Rizal. Unang ipinakita at iwinagayway ang ating watawat matapos ang laban between Filipino people and Spaniards sa tinatawag nating Battle of Alapan, Imus, Cavite, noong May 28, 1898 at uh, kinikilala na ang Filipino Flag Days are in between May 28 hanggang June 12 na kinikilalang Independence Day ng mga Filipino people. Number 2 is the language. Language is known as the storehouse of culture. Bakit? We cannot transmit, or there will be a lesser opportunity for us to transmit, share our culture without language. So, mahalaga ang language because it connects people. We have a lot of dialects here in the Philippines, pero ang pinaka-nauunawaan ng mga lahat generally ay ang dialektong Tagalog. And there is a explanation behind ano nga ba talaga ang wikang pambansa ng mga Filipino. Basically, it's Filipino as in letter F. Never naging wikang pambansa ang Tagalog. Let us clear things out. Why? Because maraming katutubong wika ang umalma, nagreklamo sa ating kongreso na kilalanin na wikang pambansa ang Tagalog. Hindi pa man ito na isa sa batas, mga kapatid, ay marami nang kumukontra na hindi dapat daw Tagalog ang gamitin na wikang pambansa. Kasi nga naman, marami tayong dialekto. Dahil nga isa tayong archipelago or pulo-pulo, mga kapatid, ay maraming iba't ibang language ang nabuo sa bansang Pilipinas. Now, ano nga ba yung mga naging konsiderasyon bakit Tagalog ang ginamit na batayan? Again, ang Tagalog po ay ginamit lang na batayan ng wikang pambansa but it never been the Philippine official or national language. So, according to Commonwealth of the Philippines, pangalan ng konstitusyon natin, that time during the colonization of Americans, nung tayo ay nasasakop pa ng Amerikano, kaya nga Commonwealth, ang word na Commonwealth mga anak ay originally coming from the language of Americans. Sabi dito, Article 13, Section 3 of 1935 Constitution, ang mga kabilang daw sa National Assembly shall take step toward the development and adoption of a common national language based on one of the existing native language. So, gamit ang isa sa mga nag-e-exist na native language natin, ay hahanap ang mga tao na kabahagi ng National Assembly ng magiging batayan ng ating wikang pambansa. Hanggat wala silang nahahanap, ang gagamitin nating wika ay mananatiling Ingles at Spanish. Sino-sino nga ba ang mga tao responsible under the National Assembly? They are the legislature or yung mga tao na gumagawa ng batas sa ating bansa. And they are the people inside Senate and the House of Representatives, the congressman and the congresswoman, kagaya nila Ate Rida at ng iba pang kongresista. Kagaya nila Chis Escudero na bahagi ng Senado. So noong November 13, 1936, inaprubahan ng Commonwealth Act number 184 creating the Institute of National Language na kinikilalang surian ng wikang pambansa na pag-aralan, bumusisi sa kinikilala or existing na native language na pipiliin nating magiging batayan ng ating wikang pambansa. So, pinag-aralan mga kapatid, bago mapili ang dialektong Tagalog, ay pinag-aralan po kung alin sa mga dialects or native languages na meron tayo existing na ang magiging backbone ng ating national language. Then, after a year of having study or pagkatapos ng isang taon na pag-aaral, pag-survey nila, kikritik nila kung alin nga ba sa mga native languages natin ang pipiliin, here comes November 9, 1937, recommending Tagalog to be the basis of the national language. Basis, pinagbasihan lamang ng national language. Then, December 30, si President Quezon issued Executive Order number 134 series of 1937 approving. So, inapprove niya noong December 30 according sa Executive number 134 again na ang Tagalog ay gagamiting batayan or basihan ng wikang pambansa. And here are the reason bakit Tagalog ang naging basis ng wikang pambansa nating mga Filipino. The first one is, Tagalog is widely spoken and is most understood language in all of the Philippine region. Mostly mga kapatid, Tagalog ang nauunawaan ng nakararami based sa number or survey na ginather ng ating mga officials. Next, it is not divided into smaller daughter language as Bisayan or Bicolano, or ibig sabihin, it's very unique, wala siyang katunog, or hindi siya gaanong kapareha ng mga language or dialekto na may maliliit pa or may mga sub-dialect pa, kagaya na lang sa Bisaya, may waray, may iba't iba pa silang term, pero alike lang naman. So, ang Tagalog mga anak ay nakitaan ng uniqueness, kaya siya ang napili bilang batayan. Next is, bago pa man nila pag-isipan na magkaroon ng official na language ang mga Pilipino, bago pa man ang 1935, Tagalog na talaga ang ginagamit sa pagsulat ng iba't ibang panitikan o mga libro na meron sa Pilipinas na sinulat at ginawa ng mga Pilipino. Pang-apat na dahilan ay Tagalog po ang ginagamit ng Kapitolyo ng Pilipinas or the capital of the Philippines, which is Manila, na kinikilalang sentro ng politika or rulers ng bansang Pilipinas. Last reason is, during the Philippine Revolution, ay ang ginagamit ng mga katipuneros na lingwahe to communicate one another is Tagalog. Then finally, noong June 7, 1940, the Philippine National Assembly passed Commonwealth Act No. 570 na siyang nagsasaad na Filipino, as in letter F, will be the national language na siyang kikilalanin as the official language na magiging effective or will take effect starting July 4, 1946, which is kina-consider nating pinakaunang kalayaan ng mga Pilipino under American colonization. Sabi nga nila, it is not June 12, which is our independence, but July 4 daw, kasi dun tayo talagang nakalaya sa mga nagko-colonize sa atin. But still, we stick to June 12 kasi nga po, historically, matindi talaga ang naging laban ng mga Pilipino just to make ourselves free from colonization of Spaniards. Na akala natin, we are totally privileged but not. Next is technology. It refers to the application of knowledge and equipment to ease the task of living and maintaining the environment. It includes artifacts, method of devices created, no, para mapadali ang buhay ng mga tao. And hindi lang siya basta the gadgets na nakikita natin. Hindi lang ang when we say technology mga anak, it is not just about the gadget. No, it is about how innovative, gano'n na nga ba ka-high-tech ang ating mga ginagamit, hindi lang sa computer, sa pagpapalawak ng tawag dito, ng medias and other stuffs, but also when it comes sa farming, yung mga ginagamit natin, yung mga machineries na meron tayo, yung transportation na meron tayo, those are considered as technology as well, because lahat sila ay bunga ng teknolohiya or mga pinanganak dahil sa impluwensya ng technology. Next is values. These are culturally defined standard for what is good and desirable. Pag sinabi natin desirable, kaaya-aya. It influences people's behavior and serve as a benchmark for evaluating the actions of other. Kasi nga, ito yung basis natin kung ano yung tama, ano yung dapat gawin at hindi dapat gawin. Sabi nga ni Rizal, ignorance is slavery. That's why the mission of education is to elevate the country to highest seat of glory and develop the people's mentality. Kasi malaki ang laban, mga kapatid, sa isip ng mga tao. Everything starts in your mind. Your growth, your happiness, your freedom, it all started sa isip mo. And let me share you this thing that I've heard in a historian sa UP Diliman. Sabi niya, the very reason daw bakit si Rizal ang naging bayani ng Pilipinas, not just because um, nagpakamartir siya, hinayaan niya na barilin siya, but because um, siya ang kauna-unahang tao na nagmulat ng mata ng mga Filipino people. Kapag komportable ka sa isang bagay, like for example, when you love the circle you have, when you love your friends you have, kahit mali yung ginagawa nila, or dahil komportable ka na sa kanila, kahit mali yung ginagawa nila, go ka lang sa kanila. Kahit mali yung ginagawa nila. Kasi ang akala mo, ang nasa isip mo, ay yun yung tama. Kasi yun yung ginagawa ng mga taong gusto mong kasama. And that's what happened during colonization. Ang akala ng mga Filipino people, we are being nurtured. Inaalagaan tayo ng mga Spaniards. We are totally free. We are given education. But in reality, it is not. And that finally given justice nung time na ang mga ilustrado under American colonization ay binigyan ng pribilehiyo ang mga kalalakihang nag-aaral na magkaroon ng opportunity na lumabas ng bansa at mag-aral sa ibang bansa. And through that opportunity, Rizal realized, bakit iba ang pamamalakad ng mga tao sa lugar na ito kumpara sa Pilipinas? Bakit ang mga tao sa lugar na ito malaya kumpara sa Pilipinas? Bakit ang mga tao sa lugar na ito ay malawak ang pagkakaintindihan, walang ibang impluwensya? Bakit? And there comes the time Rizal realized, sa gamit at sa tulong ng edukasyon mga anak, nag-matured ang isip ni Rizal at na-realize niya during the process of educating Rizal, na-realize niya that there is something wrong. And yun din yung ginagawa sa atin now that we are educating one another, we are trying to enlarge our understanding regarding things upon, so that kung mangyari man ulit yung mga ganitong instances, we know what to do and we know how to act and we know how to respond properly para hindi na ulit tayo makulong sa kamay ng mga maling tao or ng mga taong hindi naman talaga orihinal na bahagi ng ating teritoryo. Here's a basic example, mga anak. In a relationship, if we're going to observe the relationship between people who are older than us, may mga tao na hindi nila alam that they are being manipulated by the people they love. Namamanipulate na pala sila kasi di nila alam that it is the process of manipulation. Okay? Kahit mali na yung ini-instill sa isip nila dahil they trusted that someone, akala nila yun yung tunay na love, yun yung tunay na kalayaan. But let make things clear according to the Bible. Anyway, I just wanted to impart this thing. According to the Bible, love is kind. Love is patience. Ibig sabihin, very understanding ang konsepto ng pagmamahal na ginawa ng Panginoon. So there should be no reason for us not to understand one another. There will be a misunderstanding, but with the process or with the help of love, natatapalan nito yung mga wrongdoings natin, which makes us righteous, by the process of love, upon realizing that we love those people around us, di ka gagawa ng mali kasi love mo sila. And for an instance na nakagawa ka ng mali, of course, you will make things right kasi nga love mo sila. And that's how love works. Okay? It's just basic representation I think anyone else could relate. When we love someone or when we love something, it's an initiative for us to do what is right para mag-stick tayo on that position. Para hindi tayo umalis on that position. Pero kung walang nag-educate sa atin that this is the right way to love people, lahat tayo, possibly, we could be overcome by manipulation ng mga taong, around us. So let's empower love with kindness, with patience. It is not boastful. It is not about jealousy. It's about understanding. Kaya nga ganun tayo ka-love ni Jesus eh. Kasi inanawa niya tayo na alam niyang hindi natin alam yung ginagawa natin. We don't know ano yung futuristic result na mangyayari sa ginagawa natin. That's why the more na nagkakamali tayo, the more na mas love niya tayo. Or the more na mas ini-embrace niya tayo, the more na mas inaalagaan niya tayo. And that's how important education is. Based sa pagkaka-absorb ko ng lahat ng realizations ko sa edad kong ito. Anyways, let's move forward to the next one, which is beliefs. It refers to the faith of an individual. No, ito yung pananampalataya mo, paniniwala mo, yung mga kinikilala mong dapat sundin morally. Yung mga alam mong dapat mong gawin morally, what is right. Kasama na rin dito yung mga pamahiin na tinatawag natin. So, in Philippines, we have lots of superstitious beliefs na pinaniniwalaan. There are some who believe in that, but there are some who do not. No, we do believe, strictly, we do believe that what is written in the law of God, that's it. No more, no more less. We are, according to the law of God, according to the writings of the Lord, we are higher than anything else. We are truly loved by God. No, so there is no higher than us. Wherein sa iba naman, iniisip nila may mas makapangyarihan sa atin. Yan yung mga hindi natin nakikita. Pero on Christianity, based on what is taught to us, no, we are higher than anything else. God given us the authority to rule over the world. And that's how special you are. In the sight of the Lord, you are adorable. You are perfectly made according to the purpose. So I hope and I pray that we all find our purpose in life in a very best way or in a very good ways, you know. Next is the norms. These are the specific rules or standard to guide for appropriate behavior. Ang pinagkaiba ng values, yung values, what is desirable, ano yung kaaya-ayang tignan. While the norms, ito talagang very specific rules. Nakasulat ito, nakasaad ito, and we continuously practice it because there's a very reason or it is the standard or rules na napag-aralan ng ating mambabatas at ng mga taong nauna sa atin which they think applicable for us to have standard or limit. How are we going to act and behave in terms of society's expectation and for the betterment of everyone else as well. When we violate norms, people will think daw na tayo ay dito, social deviant, mga pasaway sa society. We have two types of norms, the prescriptive norms which define and tell us things not to do, while the prescriptive norms defines and tell us things to do, yung mga dapat natin gawin, kaya nga prescribed ng doctor kasi prescriptive norm, no? Prescribed, ibig sabihin dapat sundin, dapat gawin. So we have the first form of norms which is the Folkways. These are the informal rules na ina-expect nating sundin kagaya na lamang ng pagsasabi ng salamat po, good morning po, pagbe-bless, pagbabaw, respect ng bawat tao sa lugar or ng mga nakakasalamuha natin. Those are the little things na culturally lagi nating ginagawa as a Filipino people. No, we are very known to be hospitable. No, tayo ay kapag may visitor daw, we welcome them warmly and we serve them. We are a good servant daw as well to our visitors. Next is we have mores. These are the strict norms that control moral and ethical behavior. They are what we call the divine law, yung mga batas sa ating Bible, sa ating relihiyon, kung ano man yung pinaniniwalaan natin. They are written as a law of the Lord. And example na yan, yung 10 Commandments ng Panginoon, no? And one of the basic is, bawal pumatay, of course. Bawal kang mangabit, of course. You cannot have more than one wife and one husband, more than, no? So, when we say we are monogamy, it means you should follow na ikaw ay ipapakasal lang sa isang tao. But when we say polygamy, yan yung mga tao na naniniwala or they honor, it's okay for them na mag-asawa ng more than one, kagaya sa mga kapatid natin sa Muslim, because according to the law, their law, no, okay lang naman daw so long na kaya mong buhayin. Kapag ka ang lalaki, more than one ang asawang babae, kinikilala siya bilang polygyny. Kapag naman ang babae, more than sa isa ang asawang lalaki, kinikilala siya bilang polyandry. Third one is the law, are controlled ethics, and they are morally agreed, written down, and enforced by an official law enforcement agency. They are institutionalized, normed, and mores that are enacted by the state, which means people in the government should first follow the laws written by the Constitution. Kasi sila din naman ang gumawa niyan. And who are the lawmakers na kinikilala natin? As mentioned earlier, they are under the legislative branch, which are the Senate and the House of Representatives. Okay? The executive branch, which are the president and the vice president, are the one who's expected to enforce the law, while the judicial branch are expected, or the one who is expected to apply and interpret the law. Next, what are the components of culture? We have two, material culture and the non-material culture. Of course, when we say material culture, it means these are the tangible things, refers to the physical object, resources, spaces that people use to define their culture. Katulad na lamang ng mga mausoleo, churches na meron tayo, temples, yung mga technologies we have. While the non-material culture are the values, norms, belief that we inherit from our ancestors that reflects our culture and our identity. That's all for our lesson today. If you have any additional comments about the lesson today, you may do so. You may send your or tell your questions during our meeting na lang on the next classes.